Sorry. Can't start the game yet. Have to change the scores. There we go. We're all good. Uh, and we're in the next game. And Milmano, he can read it off once he comes back. We didn't really discuss it because we were discussing last game, but the civs are different every game. What civ is available is different every game. And we have mines for MbL and then Turks for Edie. Interesting matchup here. Let's take a look at Edie's map. He's here in the red again. He has this forward gold, and it's not really in the worst position because it's quite far away from his walls. Other than that, he does have a gold in the back, which is nice. A little bit of space to build in the back as well. 2 stones in the back, which would be important if he does want to get out the Janissaries. And that's about it. That's about it for him, with the exception of that 1 relic, which is very nice to have. For MbL, being mines, he's going to want stone. He has a back stone there. He also has a forward gold, also not very close to his walls. That's good for him. And a second gold inside his walls. Other than that, that's about it as far as inside his walls. But he does have nice space in the back with an extra gold and extra stone. Really liking this matchup, actually, because oftentimes in Arena, these civs do entirely different things. And it should be interesting. The relic placements, other than the one that is in Edie's base, we have one here, closer to MPL. And these 3, well, this one's somewhat in the middle, but these 2, I guess you could say closer to Edie, but still not very close, if that makes any sense. And it'll be important that these are scouted as well, because it's still quite out of the way from some of these players' scouts. So, I don't know who you guys favor or what your bets were. Some of you were saying, "Oh no, please win MbL because I bet 3-1," and I guess I can say now that I did actually bet 3-1 for MbL. That being said, if he plays like he did last game, he could definitely take another game here, and maybe even the 5th. I liked his
You
tactics
betted
last
three
game.
one in MBL's favor.
No. Eddie's
He
favor.
said, I think he said for MBL, and I was like, I
No,
think he means probably
sorry.
for Eddie.
Yeah.
I'll let you into a little secret. I betted 3-1 as well for Eddie, so I was just
Okay.
like, yes. I was like, yay! I
um,
can maybe win the
can
bettings.
you check
Uh,
on the civs for this map because
yeah, it's game 4 is Hidden Civ pick Mayans Gothel Turks.
yeah, it's Mayans, Goths, Turks. Yeah, we talked about that. So, um, if you would have chosen Goths in Eddie's position, it would have been interesting. He's choosing to go with Turks, and I'm assuming there's a pause here, but
Yeah, I got pause as well.
Turks, oftentimes you see either a castle come out and Janissaries in the castle age, or you just see a fast imp with bombard cannons and hand cannons. I don't know what Eddie's going to really prefer here, but probably one of those 2 things we'll see. Mayans, on the other hand, they're a little bit more versatile. They could get a castle out and go a couple TCs behind that. They could go on just 2 TCs and push in with plumes. It's all speculative, really.
I have to look at the maps basically to try and work it out. As you already talked about, I was there looking through it. I mean, it's actually got a decent-ish map, actually. The backstone's really important. It's also got extra gold and back as well to the far corner, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Gold is an issue, though. I mean, like, it is, like, in terms of, like, if Eddie goes for a big high power play, like a fast Imperial sort of position in his castle from MbL sort of on the front, covering the golds and that extra stone, and then if he loses that, that'll be a big problem.
Yep.
But that's a big scenario I'm talking about. I'm talking about 3 factors to take in, which is a fast Imperial, a castle with danger,
Yeah.
and so again, this is just one of those things where in the main Turk war, it's so speculative. Like, just it's crazy to try and talk about what's going to happen. I feel. But MbL, I think it's one of those weird things for MbL and for mains as well. I mean, if it's Janissary versus like Plundash from the Castle Age. Now the Janissaries are a bit slow, but they're quite powerful and a bit inaccurate. So for mains, a bit easy to work around because you don't have to engage them basically, really, for one thing. And if you do, you get that mobility advantage. So I wonder how MbL played that one out if it gets to that.
Yeah, the range
and of course, MbL's got the ballistics option for them as well. So
yeah, the range is an issue though. I mean, Janissaries just have stupid range in the Castle Age.
That is
So
true.
they can, if they're microed correctly, they can do a lot of damage.
They can. That is absolutely right. At the same time, though, that if they do go for that, Janissary versus Plumbachi War and Castle Age, the advantage in some respect does go to MbL, and the reason being is the fact that in terms of efficiency and cost, like it's just miles ahead. Like,
I can
go
hear
for
you.
like
I'm just letting you
easy
know
match.
you kind of sound like a robot right now. You're
Do I?
you're dropping a bit. So
Oh, oh, sorry about that. I was having a problem yesterday about this time on my internet as well. It was really weird.
maybe your neighbor's like
Uh,
downloading the next movie they're gonna watch or something. Not
I
sure.
think it's my downstairs. My downstairs housemate. I
Well,
don't know what he
anyway,
does
the
with his
game has
sunlight.
restarted,
Tell me
and
if it's still a problem.
okay, we'll just continue it. It's not unbearable at this point. So,
But how bad? Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
5.
Wow, that's.
I don't know. Maybe
I
our
had to go in the middle, didn't you?
maybe we use different scales as well. Like maybe your bad is like 7, mine's a 3. I don't know. But you can hear me all right, I assume, right? So
Oh yeah, you're fine.
yeah, it's just
You're fine.
if it gets too bad, then I will let you know. And anyway, these guys are going to just be doing MbL. Learning is boring. These guys are going to be doing their standard stuff here as far as the Dark Age is concerned. It'll be a little slow as well, so it's not a huge deal right now. Scouting is important for both these players to figure out what the enemy's up to. Actually, want to pay attention to something Eddie's doing. He sees this gold here. I guess he can see enough of it to realize it's not the main gold. It would have been interesting if he just saw if this gold was maybe a little bit closer to MbL's TC, and he would have assumed that was the main gold, and then went all in. He can definitely see that's not the main gold though. So. All right, so.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix.
Oh, you're fine now, actually. So.
Am I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all back to normal.
There we go. Oh, okay. Must have been a little bit of a glitch. Oh well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not sure.
There we go. All's good in the hood, boys. All right. Mains, of course, that eco is just amazing. So nice lure by MbL as well. Actually, you controlled that lure actually quite well. You know, it's the edge just to get nice and efficient.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
boar actually ran to the weak Vil there. That's why I noticed that, the boar stopped attacking the closest one, ran towards the weak Vil, and they'll act up sometimes, so you just have to put them in their place and kill them. So, yeah, it's good that he paid attention to that. Of course, as Mayans, he already has Loom as well, so.
That is a big bonus.
So, as Mayans and Turks, both these guys have really strong, unique units. We're gonna, in a moment, see if these guys go over to early stone. And I haven't seen that yet from MbL. Eddie, yep, Stone Miner. There you go. So he's doing something at some point with the stone. MbL, if he is going to do it, he could do it a little bit later. See, that's an interesting mining camp, actually. Do you see that?
Which one? Whose? MbL's or
MbL's.
Eddie's?
MbL's. On the gold.
Yeah. A bit interesting. Maybe it should be one pal to the right for really being picky on it, but
yeah.
It's okay. Those weird gold mines that you have to either put on the other side of it.
But anyway, both these guys sending over to stone, and are they going to go offensive with it? Are they going to boom behind their castle? What's the choice? We'll just have to see.
I don't think they're going to go offensive with either one. And the reason being is the fact that with Mayans, you want to keep those castles up. So putting it forward is a risk, especially when you've got a light cap in the castle age from the Eddie as well. So do a lot of damage. But I don't think... and of course, he's against Turks as well, so they've got to assume that, MbL has to assume that'd be a castle as well. So if he puts it in the wrong place, and Eddie gets it on his first, and he could get denied and so on. So many risk factors. I think he's just going to play it safe, just like Eddie will. They'll put it near their goals as well. Both have got goals that are vulnerable, so
Yep, they could
Conquerors,
definitely
yeah.
go for getting their unique units out and just try and patrol around the relics and just fight for the relics. That's probably what we will see. Definitely going to see the unique units though. And I did talk about the massive range that Janissaries have. And I believe it's 8 base range. So um,
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
8
lot.
range.
Yeah, it's a lot more than what you have with the Plumed Archer. Even after the upgrades, I think
Yeah,
Plumed Archer
I was
is,
about to
is
say, yeah.
so
Oof.
it's going to be really rough for MbL to win those fights, regardless of how cheap his units are. It's going to be hard. So now Eddie's up to the feudal age, and he's going to get his buildings out. He should be fine as far as resources are concerned. He's bringing in those deer. Same goes for MbL. He's even a little bit better off. Of course, his mines, decent eco, not a decent eco, great eco, and he'll be up shortly as well.
Be honest, Tristan. It's subpar, really, isn't it?
Well, I said decent. Like that's a word I use sometimes, and I was like, wait, let's correct myself. It's better than decent. I do like to watch these games and appreciate how consistent these guys are. I mean, the first game I guess there's like a minute difference, but ever since then, in a lot of the other games, we're seeing like it's like 5-10 second difference between times. Sometimes not even a difference at all. And both these guys clicking up with a 4 second difference now to the Castle Age.
Interesting thing to note is like that scout battles that we have normally on arena, and then when you normally got like a meta civ against like a normal other civ, where the scout cavalry of course is stronger
Yep.
in the feudal age and so on. And I like how MbL is just keeping his scout a little bit behind, back in his base. I think just to keep it safe before going out later on when he's got those upgrades like the +3. But the thing is though, he's against a Turk player who's going to have light cab,
Yeah.
which means you too have 7 damage, but also you have 60 HP. So. Uh, yeah, that scout is gonna be not up for the fight.
So you notice MbL put the palisades down on the gate of Edie, so he could see if Edie was
Oh
sending bills
yeah,
across. Um,
that is cheeky.
Now, Castle's probably going to go for Edie now. Yep, right there on next to his wall in front of his gold. Kind of what you were saying. MbL is going to put his. Well, he's opted for the TC first, but he's going to go for a castle as well at some point. Getting wheelbarrow already. Oftentimes you'll see players wait for the second TC to go up and keep the Vil production going before getting wheelbarrow. I don't know, it's situational, but I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But monastery then and castle for Edie. I did notice he had quite a bit on gold. He had like 5 or 6 on gold. As Turks, so Turks obviously bringing in that gold a little bit faster. Gonna get the monks out.
Yeah. The reason for the 6 on gold is because the monks get out, and also to keep the production of the Janissaries. Just crack that. And I think actually he might go for a fast Imperial sort of option. I think.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I was gonna say I think he's gonna buy resources with the gold because he has so many going over to gold right now. And even if he kept the amount he had, he would still be floating around 200-300 gold, which is still a bit high. So that means we need to pay attention to MbL because we can at least guess what we're going to see with still 1 TC from Edie. So he's still sending more over to goals. That's pretty much what we're expecting. MbL getting up his castle on 2 TCs. If he does meet a fast Imperial army from Turks, he could be up against it, so he needs to get a good eco. And he's not going to be able to fast imp himself now, and it's much harder to do as Mayans anyway. It's not something you ever see really.
Sometimes you see it with Mans. Again, it's a very situational place to be.
Yeah,
in.
yeah, of course.
Talk about and look at this from Edie, gonna go for the siege workshop here.
I noticed he stayed on stone as well. If you look at Edie, he still has 5 on stone, and he's gonna have these Janissaries. Is it Janissaries or Janissary? I've always said Janissary.
I say Janissary.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
I say both, I think.
But anyway, he's going to go battering ram, and he's pushing out right now. Thing is, MbL could wall towards his TC and his castle. MbL now is getting fletching and getting plumes, and plumes are darn cheap He's going to need a lot of them, though, because not going to have much range in comparison to the Janissaries. MbL still not getting up the next TC. Of course, he is creating plumes as fast as he can. Costs wood, but I think he's close to getting that up. Getting Bod Canero now. Even with Bod Canero, he's only at 6 total range, and there's 8 for the Janissaries here. MbL sees the ram. He has to react with some walls, I think. These fills, they could be picked off pretty quickly if there's no walls up.
What he has to do, if he can use the mill and the castle and everything to try and draw some sort of line out with it, but actually it looks like Eddie's going to
go back. Yeah, well, he sees MbL coming out with his plumes, and MbL is going to try and cause problems. If anything, this is a distraction for now by MbL.
Pause,
yeah, it was a pause for me.
Yeah, that's what was okay, now it's back. Okay, interesting. Now Mangonel coming out as well.
Oh, he's getting a Petard. He's gonna try and wall bust and do some raiding. It's interesting. He can get another castle up as well. He's been on stone, so he can get a defensive castle. He's gonna do that where I said the wall should have come up. The thing is, well, Eddie's not really doing it. I was gonna say, if Eddie got up to the Imperial age, you know, on a 1TC, he's kind of done a different approach. These castles could go down pretty quick, but Eddie hasn't done that. I think that kind of favors MbL a bit, who has 12 more villagers right now, and gonna have 2 castles as well. Petards are coming out. It's gonna be important to see what Eddie can see here. If he can see these Petards at all, these plumes.
Yes.
Okay, like if you see this right now, it looks like Eddie's gonna go for another castle drop, but he put it down and then deleted it from his position. I didn't like it. Oh, okay, he's putting it back in the same place. I'm not sure I like that position, to be honest. I don't understand the. I guess it kind of limits the movement of the plumes. Meanwhile, there's got a battery ram at the gate in the south, which will take ages to take down in a normal stone wall. Like it's got another 1,000 HP on it, so very long way of doing it.
I don't agree with MbL showing his plumes at the very top, but he did. I think the Petards will still be able to bust down this wall. If Eddie saw that, he might. Yeah, Eddie did see it.
Oh, he's going for it.
Eddie's going to try and stone wall it, but I think the plumes will be able to still.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late for sure. And
yeah, he knows it. He knows it's too late.
Bills are going to go down here, at least one. Oh, that Bill's not going to get the house up either. It's only at 4 HP. This is really nice from MbL.
Wow.
This is really nice. Great play.
Such a good play, actually, right now.
Yep. Fantastic. On the way up to Imp now is Eddie. And Eddie's going to try and clean this up. MbL needs to do as much damage as possible. Because...
The beauty of it is that there's only one TC power play coming from Eddie, so most of his villas are just super exposed.
Yeah.
The castle's protecting the most of the gold ones, but...
There's another bill.
I'll tell you what, if MbL finds that gap in the stone wall and thinks there'll be villas down south, then that'd be amazing, but...
Yeah.
I won't.
No, he didn't. But he's going to just keep circling around, and Eddie actually sees them. He's going to try it. But the thing is now is that Eddie has his military back. Eddie's probably going to be going trebs and such, but that is going to be good. Oh, look, he's going to be close to the wall. He's going to run away.
Gosh,
I don't know if he should fight or not. He's probably just going to go for eco.
This is what I love about MbL now, getting the ballistics upgrade. So they can just basically fight these Janissaries. I'm going to say Janissary, God. God damn you. A little bit easier.
Still, though that was good for MbL, he's still in a rough spot, I think. Well, not a rough spot, but he still has to be careful.
Look at the bill count.
Yeah, he has to be
at those bills.
He has to be careful though, because if he loses his castles, he has really nothing to fight with, and so he needs the castles. And already in Imp now is Eddie. So Eddie's probably going to go Treps and bombard cannons and try and take the castles out. As MbL is just trying to micro these plumes still.
It's just great play by MbL.
Yeah.
Look at how much he's committing, right? And look at how much Eddie has to commit to try to take care of these.
He's killed some units there as well. All his units are very weak.
That's most Eddie's army just having to go back to deal with those. There's another whole set of plumes ready to deal with everything else.
So
And these mangonels aren't going to do anything.
if you look, well, the mangonels I think were made as a preventative measure for what MbL is going to do now. And MbL is making Castle Age Rams because he's not going to get to Imp anytime soon. He's getting Castle Age upgrades as many as he can. And I think he's going to just try and push this castle. So the mangonels are going to sit behind the castle and try and deal with those Rams. And this could turn around pretty quick. Edie, he's in a good spot here if he can just sit at the base of his castles and take out the castles of MbL. MbL, he has more stone in the back. He's going to build the back castle, but... Well, there's a trade cart from MbL as well.
What? Where?
It's next to his new castle.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was... Why
nice.
was he even at the... I must have been trying to sell resource and click
Maybe.
the trade
We can
card.
see if he sold something.
That is incredible.
Yeah, he definitely did use the market a little bit, but... Anyway, he's going to push out now, but the nice thing is he's lured these mangonels away from Edie. He might be able to do something. He's going to push in. This is really important.
Because Janissaries don't do anything to the battering ram at all,
Oh, but
really.
look at
how many there are.
Look at the micro from MbL. Might be able to take out both these mangonels. The battering rams are going to try and engage the castle.
Such smart play.
He's doing a great job. He's going to kill these Janissaries here. He needs to take out the mangonels, though, really. Mangonels are causing problems.
There are too many mangonels.
Yeah, the Janissaries are still very strong, even without any upgrades.
I think he had the right idea, and the execution wasn't too bad either. I just think he needed more plumes.
Yeah, well, he pushed in, and I think he just misjudged a little bit, you know. He's now, at least he has 2 castles and a trade cart, you know, so he can still make plumes.
Late game.
But he's going, okay, he's clicking imp, but look at the TC he's clicking. That's a little risky. I think he'll be fine, but Eddie's gonna come in hot and heavy. He knows he's down in eco, so.
Yeah.
Those Janissaries, they're strong units. They're gonna be able to pick off vills pretty quickly here.
The thing is though, like, MbL's kind of prepared this fact, so we've got TC at the back of the map with that extra gold palace to take from. So that's good for him. Now, what is he going to do? Is he going to continue the plume production or switch to eagles?
Does he have bears coming up?
Why would you go eagles? But
no, he should definitely not go eagles. But
I don't think he should go eagles.
He's losing a lot right now. He doesn't have the resources. Actually, he's on it only in his back gold right now. He's lost his main gold. And the thing is his Turks are so fast once they hit the Imperial Age to be able to just wipe out your entire eco, even if you have a bigger eco. And I think MbL's going to try and secure the gold at the top. But does he see it? Yeah, Edie sees that.
Oh my god.
He's going to send the Janissaries out.
Unbelievable.
That's not the first time Edie has seen something and really made a wise play with it. Oh, the trade cart's coming out. Look at that. Look at the micro with the trade cart. Wow.
Oh, look at... Is he just going to try and distract MbL with the trade cart there?
I don't know why it's gone out now. It's...
Oh, no, don't die, trade cart.
Poor guy.
Oh, he sacrificed for a good cause.
He had no job except death. Like, poor... I feel bad. But anyway, this is bad for MbL. He's actually repairing his TC so he can get in.
Eagles, by the way.
But, oh, he's going Eagles. Well, I guess Eagles are good against the siege, but...
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And the reason being is the fact that he can mass them up quickly and just burst it down. I think he's actually in a fine position, actually.
He can't go Eagles. He doesn't have the resources for it. He can't even get a lead Eagle. He has to stick with his plumes now.
But under one castle, I think he has to go Eagles. Just sell what he can and just keep making his Eagles.
I mean, if you look at his point of view, I don't think he has much to sell, honestly. There's not much, and he's gonna lose. If he tries to engage, he's gonna lose it. Whatever he has, I guess he is gonna.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will lose it. If he keeps those plume numbers
No,
alive,
I meant engage now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But he needs time for sure. He's getting scale mail armor.
And his eco's still good. Like 88 bills is still a good number for mains anyway.
It is for sure. Yeah.
But he has to engage in the next 2 minutes, otherwise he's a little bit screwed.
Oh, that's MbL just lost so much there. But if anything, he's
Great.
distracting. He's trying to keep his castle alive. Now, I'm going to see
He
what
has to
Edie
keep that castle up.
can see. If Edie can see the eagles come out, he might start making some more Janissaries. There's only 4 things that can really engage eagles that standing there for Edie. Even Castle Age eagles could work if MbL can focus down these Janissaries.
Looking at MbL's resources, look at the resources. He's got nearly 2k wood, decent amount of food. The gold's not terrible considering it matters.
MbL needs to engage shortly. Well, he sent an eagle out, and that's going to alert Edie.
That's giving it away.
Yeah.
That's not good. Now, if I was Edie, just slap down 3 archery rangers, fight his base, and then start getting out some hand cannons.
Yeah, MbL should.
Because they do more damage.
MbL should have gone, in my opinion, before the castle was lost. Because now, if he needed to transition back to plumes, you know, he would have the castle at least, and now he can't. He's getting elite eagle though. When is he gonna fight? He needs to fight. At some point, if he wants to pull this back, he's lost so much space here.
Wait, did he actually? Oh, he didn't use the upgrade. Okay, thank
Elite
God.
eagle's gonna come in, and he has +2 defense. He's getting squires now. He's gonna go.
Okay, now
the
squires is so good. You should have waited for the squires before going in, I think. Oh, okay, right. That speed bonus is so huge, it helps close down so much.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
my
the
God,
Janissaries are getting focused down by the plumes, and the eagles are going to come out. Nice micro to keep his plumes alive, just for the purpose of focusing down the Janissaries.
That was a good fight.
Down goes some of the siege. The problem now for MbL is, if he continues with the eagles, it's not going to work out for him. He needs castle up. And, I mean, that's just my thought on it. Has he scouted? He has scouted the gold on the left, so he could break out there. He's pushed this back, and he's going to regain his other golds on the front and more stone. But he can't get a trebuchet and immediately fire back upon Edie's castle. I don't even think he has a siege workshop either, and that's a problem, because you would immediately at this point want to start producing a counter punch against your enemy.
He's actually getting 2 siege workshops right next to that extra stone of his.
It's actually not bad against Turks, yeah. And for Edie, it's
a little bit now. He's only 20 kills behind, so
yeah. For Edie, it's a bad position because, you know, if you lose the push with Turks and you're on 1 TC, I guess he's just going up to 2. You know, you don't have the eco to really keep up with the enemy. He's 30 vills behind, and MbL is going Ram straight off the bat. Might be able to take that castle down and regain the control. Now, do all of these guys not see that one relic? Milmano, do you? I see MbL doesn't see it.
MbL, no, doesn't see it.
Edie does see it,
Edie does see it, actually. It's really weird.
Surprising he hasn't gotten that.
Eddie's got a few problems, really. I don't think he... Look at his resources. He's got absolutely
he has nothing.
0.
Well, that's the thing. You kind of spend everything. Oh, he's actually not being able to produce in the other TC as well because MbL's there with the Eagles. You produce everything with that push, and if it doesn't work out, you're royally screwed. Right now, as far as military, he has 4. He can't even engage these Castle Age Rams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody was like, "Oh, wait for Cat Ram before go," but everybody doesn't care. It's like, I've got the Eagles now. I've got the Rams. Let's just go for it.
And there's a GG.
Play Eddie.
Yeah, wow. That was really nice hold there from MbL, and surprising comeback again. Do you think? What would you call that a comeback?
I don't think it was a comeback as such. I think he was always ahead, but I think he just had a better. I think he just again was just patient. Like once more, he's like, okay, I know I've got more villagers, and then I did so much work to him in that base. If he didn't do that much work in the base as Eddie was going up, I think it could have gone the other way. Just because he lost a lot, I think push would have been a lot stronger. I think from.
Look at the resources collected for MbL: 4K more food, 11K more wood, more stone, just lacking the gold. But of course, Turks primarily what they're going to be collecting in that situation. Huge stuff for MbL to be able to get that. Now it's 2-2. Next game starting. I'm going to be